Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this beautiful soft glam look that my clients have been loving all year round. This video will be including some new tips and tricks that I do to ensure longevity in the makeup, especially during the hot summer months on the East Coast. So let's get into it. This is my beautiful model, Naomi, model and client. I love doing her makeup. So just for reference, Naomi has normal to dry skin. So all of the products that I'll be using is going to be for that skin type. And yeah, to prep her skin, I'm going in just using a hydrating toner. And I'm just going to make sure I cleanse her skin really, really well, getting underneath the eyes and all over the face. Grooming the eyebrows is optional. She is currently growing her eyebrows back out from a grooming incident. Somebody waxed her eyebrows too thin. So I'm just kind of cleaning them up. I don't want to shape them up too much. They are growing in uneven. One is more arched than the other. So I'm not doing a lot. I'm just cleaning them as minimally as possible so that when I go in with my concealer, it looks a bit more neat. To prep her eyebrows, I'm going in with the One Size setting powder in the shade Rich Peach. It doesn't matter what color you use for this step. And I'm just pressing that onto her eyebrows. This is going to help the longevity of the eyebrow pencil. It gives the pencil something to grip onto. Sometimes the pencil can be waxy or shiny, whether it's high end or low end. So I just like to do this step, especially when it's hot and humid. It really helps the brows have something to grip onto and lock in place. For her eyebrows are really naturally full and also curly. So I'm just taking my brow pencil, and this is the Benefit brow pencil in shade number 5, and I'm outlining the top and bottom before filling in any sparse areas in between. And I'm just going to do light hair-like strokes. Once I fill in her eyebrows, I'm going to go in with some Duo Lash Glue. This is going to help lay her brow hairs down. Like I said, she has curly eyebrows, so this really helps to ensure the hairs lay down a bit more than what a gel would do for her. To conceal her eyebrows, I'm going in with the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer. This is in the shade 21. It's a very orange-hued concealer, and I've been loving using orangey concealers. It just makes the skin look really radiant, warm, and rich, and I've really been loving that. Next thing I do, I'm going in with a darker shade concealer for the front of her brow. I've just been doing this from the beginning of time. Ever since I started doing makeup, I've been doing this. I just love what it looks like. I just love for the brow bone to really be the only highlighted part of the eyebrow. I just think this gives a nice natural look, and it also sets you up for a nice nose contour. So to start her skin prep, I'm going in with this D'Alba truffle spray. I get this from Amazon, and this spray is so beautiful. It has really nice ingredients like glycerin, rose oil, vitamin E. It really helps to plump and hydrate the skin. Next thing I'm going to do is go in with MAC Paint Pot, and I'm going to pull her cheek towards her ear to get into that crease line of her smile line. This is just a really great hack and a great trick to do when you want to do makeup that's going to last, or you know your client is going to be talking and laughing all evening. This really helps to keep those crease lines at bay. Doesn't work for everybody because if you have lines, makeup will settle in, but it's a really great trick to do. I'm also going to take another paint pot. This is more in a peachy tone, and I'm going to take this underneath her eyes. You want to set this paint pot with a very thin layer of a thin translucent powder to help to set it, but you don't want it to be too thick. This is what she looks like so far. The next step in the skin prep is going to be hydration. So for my moisturizer and primer, I'm going in with this MAC primer. This is super hydrating. As you can see, it plumps the skin beautifully and it just gets the face ready for makeup. And I'm applying an ample amount. You want to make sure that you press this into the skin. Remember, this makeup is really geared towards those hot summer months on the East Coast. So on the East Coast here, it's very humid and wet. So I don't want to layer too many products of moisturizer underneath her base. Moving on, I'm using the Myrick. This is the Blurring Balm in shade number 10. Hands down, my favorite item in my kit. This has to be the best makeup drop in the last 10 years. The technology in this formula is just out of this world and I love it so much. You can use this so many different ways. I love to use it underneath foundation, especially as a radiance booster. You see this shade has a very red hue to it. This is going to really promote radiance in the skin once we do our foundation, and it also locks and loads that foundation. It does something. It makes any foundation that you use work 100 times better to last long. Okay, when I do my own makeup, if I skip this step, I'm not satisfied anymore. My makeup does not look and last the same. So this is a must-have for me. Moving on to foundation, I'm going in with a pretty thin layer of one size foundation. This is a full coverage matte foundation. You do not need a lot of this stuff. A little bit goes a long way, and I'm using the shade 65 NR. NR stands for neutral red, and I'm just gonna lightly spread that all over her skin before blending it out. And I like to let that sit. So the next step is concealer. I'm using my Hourglass concealers and I'm using the shade Mocha and Teak mix. I like to really highlight the center of the face, especially because we're just a tinge darker with the foundation. So I bring that pretty low on the face, around the sides of the nose, over the lip, chin, nose, forehead. Y'all already know the drill. Gonna start to blend that foundation now, and that color match, it just makes me so happy. I absolutely love the one size foundations. I was lucky enough to receive PR, so I got the whole color range. But you guys, the foundation is so good that I'm already starting to run out of the little bottles and I'm replacing them. I'm buying them myself because I love these foundations so much and they work so well in my kit. For contour and bronzer, I'm going in with the Made by Mitchell Curve Case in the shade Deep. I'm using those last two darkest shades, and I'm going to use that as my contour and my bronzer shade. If you feel like you have a hard time trying to figure out what colors to use for concealer, contour, and bronzer, I highly recommend learning the color wheel. It'll really help you understand what side of the spectrum you or your client is on. I can go more in depth in that in another video. Just let me know in the comments below. I'm going to start to blend out that contour and that bronzer shade at the same time. And I'm using a Ulta foundation brush. This is their Precision foundation brush. I just love how it fits into the cheek area of the face, and I'm gonna go back and forth with my foundation brush, my contour brush, just to make sure everything is blending seamlessly. There's no harsh lines. going in with my Sephora powder puff, and I'm going to spray it with some Morphe setting spray. Again, I'm going back in with my foundation brush just to make sure everything is seamless, nice, and blended. There's no harsh lines or hard stops between the concealer, the bronzer, or the contour. I'm using whatever is left of my foundation to conceal around the eyebrows and also to clean up underneath that contour. I'm going to go in to finish blending out that concealer, just making sure that there's no creases and everything is nice and smooth before setting it with setting powder. This is what she's looking like so far. Skin looks beautiful, skin looks buttery, and she's ready for powder, okay? So for powder, I am going to be mixing 3 colors, 2 Huda Beauty Kanafa and Cinnamon, along with 1 size Rich Peach. And I'm going to apply a very thin layer of this, and I'm going to press it into the skin very, very lightly. You want to set the area first just to make sure that it's not damp or wet anymore before going in to bake, because we are going to bake. I love me a good strong under eye, so I have to bake, okay? Of course, I'm going to be using that powder everywhere where I've highlighted. So under the eyes, the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, the chin, a little bit above the lip, and even that brow bone highlight, and a little bit of her eyebrows as well. Whatever powder is left on the powder puff, I use it to set around the rest of her face, just to get the face a bit more set before going in with her contour, her blush, her bronzer, so the products don't move around as much. I'm going to use that foundation brush to press everything into the skin, and I'm also going to get rid of some of that powder underneath her eyes. I don't need all of that powder baking so low, so I'm going to get rid of some of that as well. For my bronzer shade, I'm going in with the Bow Leaf Butte eyeshadow palette. This is the Nude Persuasion palette, and I'm going to be using that second to last color as the bronzer and the last color as my contour shade. This really helps to warm up the skin. Gives a nice sun-kissed look. Now for contour, I'm going in with this Real Techniques setting. I think it's called the powder. I don't know what it is, but y'all know what this brush is. It's commonly used. I just don't know the name of it right now. I'm having a brain fart, but I like how small it is. It really helps to give me a nice contour without overpowering the cheek too much with a dark color. So yeah, I'm just really, she already has beautiful cheekbones. I'm just emphasizing it. For her eyeshadow prep, I'm going in with a chocolate brown concealer. This is Hourglass concealer in the shade Anise, and I'm gonna blend that onto the eyelid. And really, I'm treating this as if it's already eyeshadow. The better you blend out a color base, the better your eyeshadow lays on top of it. For eyeshadow, we're going into this Morphe palette, and this is the outer space one. You guys, I'm so obsessed with these Morphe palettes that they came out with, and I'm using this chocolatey brown color, and it has sparkles in it. I use this all the time. I'm sweeping this into her crease and blending it out towards her brow bone highlight. This color is so beautiful, and it blends like butter. Then I'm gonna go back into that Nude Persuasion palette, and I'm gonna use that same shade I use for bronzer as my transition shade. And then on the lid, the same shade that I use for contour as my lid color. So I like to use the same colors when I can all over the face. I feel like it gives the look a lot of cohesion, and it just looks really clean and put together when I'm able to do that. Now I'm going to take my foundation brush. There's no extra product on this brush. And I'm just going to start to get rid of that powder, pressing it into the skin and dusting away what I don't want baking anymore, because we're about to start doing our blushes and I don't want that powder in the way. I'm going into this Juvia's Place Warrior palette, and I'm going to use this brick red color, and that's going to be the start of me building up my cheek. I'm going to use this as my first blush. I really like to layer colors up when I'm doing a pink or peach blush on darker skin complexions. I'm just going to take whatever's left on my powder puff to clean up underneath her contour very lightly. I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal Fuchsia shade blush, and I'm going to apply that directly on top of that Juvia's Place shade that we just used. Now it's time to get rid of the rest of that powder that was baking underneath her eyes, and again, pressing it in and dusting away what I don't want there anymore. Taking my Morphe Continuous Spray, and I'm going to use this to help me calm those powders down, really just blend the powders into her skin a lot better, help to melt them in. Yeah, and this is what she's looking like. Now we're going in with this Patrick Ta blush. She Goes to the Gym. You guys, this is my favorite blush. Ever since I bought this blush, I cannot put it down, okay? I love this shade of pink. I love this formula. It's like butter. It's a matte blush, but it's very silky. It has a nice sheen to it. I have kittens, by the way, sidebar. So one of the kittens came to visit. So yeah, but look at how her face looks like. It just looks so good. Smooth, buttery. I love the under eye. Like a good under eye does not mean it has to be bright and yellow, child. Growth, okay? Growth. For her lip liner, I'm going back into the Made by Mitchell Curve palette, and I'm using the same shade we used for her contour for her lip liner. I love to use creams for my lip liner. I just love it. It does it for me. It really, really does. So, yeah. For her lip gloss, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip gloss in Fair Medium. This lip gloss is pricey, but this is my absolute favorite lip gloss. It just, the formula is so good. It's so smoothing. It's so shiny and buttery and glossy and long lasting for a lip gloss. And it's plumping. I love the color. It looks great on everybody. I kid you not. It is pricey, but I'm gonna buy her every time. Like, yeah. For the center of her lip, I'm going in with just a cream nude color, just to add some dimension into the lip so that it's not just one muted color. She said this is a lip, honey. Yeah. She looks so, so good. Okay, you guys, this is the final look. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're able to take something away from the video and apply to yourself and or your clients. I missed you guys. You know I have the cell phone footage for you guys. Enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.